such as technology. So thank you all for joining us. This is Larry Dannenberg and Margaret Beaudenay from College Solutions. We welcome you all joining us. Our challenge here is to educate people on what's going on with college admissions, given the COVID-19 crisis, but not to increase the stress, but to lower the stress and to keep everybody aware of what's going on. So I'm going to share my screen. If you have a question, throw it up on the chat and we'll be happy to look at it and answer it at the end. We've scheduled this for 30 minutes, but we're going to continue with questions after that. So we look forward to hearing from everybody. All right. So I'm going to share the screen. We'll start off.
It's thinking. There we go.
All right. So today we're going to talk about how to stand out in the college admissions process. Margaret has over a decade of experience. She's been in the admissions office at University of Virginia. She's a graduate of University of Virginia. She has worked for a number of politicians as a speechwriter and certainly knows how to make people stand out. I am the founder of College Solutions and have been involved with helping students get into college for the last 20 years. So we also have a staff that supports us, and we have well over 50 years of experience between everybody. We love visiting colleges. We have literally visited colleges in all 50 states. Our small talk is to discuss colleges. We focus on finding the right fit for students, the right fit for the family. This past year, students have been accepted at over 450 colleges all over the country. The way we measure success is that the kids we send to college are happy and successful at college. 37% of college freshmen drop out or transfer. Our rate is 3%, and it's really the process that we do. And we guarantee the right fit. So if during the freshman year of college, the student wants to transfer, we'll go through the whole process again for free because we feel it's more our fault than their fault for not finding the right college. We're going to run one of these seminars weekly on a different topic, given how fast.
Larry, we've lost your screen. For some reason, screen share stopped.
Oh, all right, we'll fix that.
There we go.
All right, good. All right. Thank you.
Welcome.
So we focus on helping students find the right fit academically, socially, and for many families, financially also. So one thing to remember is college is a business. COVID-19 underlines the fact that it's a business. Why the virus has affected most of us from an economic standpoint, it has also affected the colleges. This has sharpened their interest in understanding what you as the student will do for the college. They look at students as investments in the future, much the way a parent might look at a stock portfolio and picking stocks. So your application needs to explain to the college how you can make the college a better place. What are you going to do to put the college on the map? That could be athletics, that could be artistic, that could be as a devoted alumni. But the college is looking for people that contribute to the college environment. So this is your opportunity, really, to do that.
Larry, I think you have to go to the next slide.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh.
We're having great technical difficulties this week.
It makes me laugh. Good morning. I guess it's afternoon, everybody. I'm Margaret Beaudenay. I've had the pleasure of meeting some of you in person, but for those of you I haven't, it's nice to meet you. I'm sitting on my porch because I have 5 children and this is the only safe space at my house. So I'm sorry if this is a different place to do a webinar, but I'm glad to be with you. As Larry was saying, colleges are looking for contributors. And I know that sounds like a lot of pressure on students, and we understand that, but we're here to help you. One of the ways that you can be a contributor is to demonstrate what we call a love of learning or intellectual curiosity. How can you do that? One way is to learn a new language. Some students are interested in languages. My husband, I lovingly call him a nerd. He calls himself a nerd. He learns a new language every year. That's just something he does in his spare time. So he's learned Italian and German and French. And, you know, I hear all these random like TV shows in foreign languages. He's not applying to college anytime soon, but that's something you could be doing. If you're interested in languages, you could learn a new language. We can connect you with opportunities to do so online if that's something you're interested in, or even a new skill. If you want to learn to sew, or if you want to learn, you know, as my mother would say, to basket weave, you can do that too. But demonstrating that you're interested in learning is very important to the colleges. Another way to do this is to do research. Most students will say, how on earth can I do research when I can't go to a college campus and I can't go to my school? You can still do it. Sorry, you can't watch Netflix all day or Amazon Prime or whatever you're watching. A lot of college professors are still doing their research because they need their research done in order to keep their funding, which is really important to them. So they need people to help them read documents, annotate documents, and they really need people who work for free. That's the best kind. So if you're interested in a certain subject matter, if you're interested in immunology, or if you're interested in political science like I am, or if you're interested in French like my husband, let us know if you're working with us, and we can connect you with professors in your area, and we can reach out to them and help you talk to them and tell them you're interested in working with them for free. And then you have research on your record and potentially could be published. Several of our students are published before they leave high school, which makes you look really, really good. That's kind of the apex of the research opportunities, but just having it on your record could show intellectual curiosity. Even just improving your writing skills is a way to demonstrate curiosity. There are academic writing courses you can take online if that's something that interests you. And learning to communicate. I'm a words person. My degree is in rhetoric, which my dad thought was really stupid and still thinks is stupid and teases me on Thanksgiving every year. But I think learning how to communicate is really important, even if that means that you're taking a class online or learning how to communicate with kids who are of a different age than you. All of these things can be valuable to a college. So think about how you could demonstrate intellectual curiosity, because that could be a way that you could stand out as a contributor. Larry, do you have anything to add about that?
One of the languages people can try to learn are computer languages. And that can be very valuable when you're applying as a computer science major, or to decide that you're really not that interested in computer science.
Yes, definitely. Okay, next slide. Next thing, grit. I know this is like the new it word. There's a new book out about grit, and it's a woman who's done a psychological study of West Point students. And she took their admission scores and looked at the top students who scored the highest scores in their admission scores, and then looked at the students who survived what they call Beast Summer, which is the summer before you enter West Point. And it looked to her, according to her psychological study, that the students that had the highest aptitude, the highest admission scores, were the least likely to survive Beast Week. So they lacked grit. So colleges are not necessarily just looking for the smartest kids. They are looking for students who have grit. And that doesn't mean that you have to have experienced, a horrible death in your family or a serious illness or an injury. Although if that has happened to you, we encourage you to tell a college about that and the lessons you've learned about it. But what we really want you to do is to explain to colleges the lessons you've learned and why you are a tougher individual as a result. We want you to earn the admiration of a college and to use your essays to really do this. This is why Larry and I love what we do. We love to help you use your essay to show a college why you're gritty, why you're not going to quit, why you're going to show up at a college and not be afraid, and help your roommate find an opportunity that she loves. Essays are really important, and that's a way to demonstrate grit. Larry, anything else on that?
No, I think the thing here is colleges are a four-year experience. They know they're going to be challenging times. So students with grit, they know will get through those 4 years. So let's talk about the summer. I guess I'm muted again for some reason.
You're not muted. We just don't see your face. We see your logo.
Oh, all right. That's weird. All right, well, let's focus on the presentation. So let's talk about the summer. Some of you had big plans for the summer, and hopefully all those plans will happen. But the summer is a great time to invest your time and think of how you want to do it. And why some of those experiences you need to be there face-to-face in person. Also, a number of these experiences can be done virtually. The colleges want to know how you're using that time. They want to know how you're using all the time you have, the 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They know you sleep, they know you eat, they know you hang out with friends. So are you having a job this summer? We've had students who have gotten paid as authors. We've gotten students who have gotten paid for research. What extracurriculars are you involved in? Are you furthering your educational experience? The summer is a great opportunity, either in person or online, to try things. If you find out you don't like it, that's great. You can move on to other activities to try. The idea is to find what you find curious, what you're interested in, what excites you. Practical experience is very important, particularly if you're entering healthcare, engineering, computer science, architecture. And it's great if you can find an internship in those fields. If you're working with us as part of the career assessment, we help students understand how to look for those and maximize those experiences. But even online, there are opportunities. You can interview people that are in careers you're thinking of and find out what is a lawyer, and that, oh, there's more than one type of lawyer, or that a nurse doesn't always have to work where there's blood and guts. There's lots of different opportunities out there. Think of how you can leverage your summer to explore what you want to do and what you want to accomplish.
Great. So now we'll move on to athletes. I know many students have a sport they love, which is terrific. I always tell students sports are something that help you expend energy. They promote teamwork, they promote leadership. All of that is great. What we are talking about here is those students who are looking to play sports in college. College athletics are one of the largest money makers for a college. And as we said, colleges are a business, and they are looking to make back some of the money that they've lost in this crisis. So they are going to be promoting college athletics as much as they can and supporting college athletics as much as they can. We realize that for those of you who are spring athletes, your season is pretty much gone. And that's a bummer. And especially if you're a junior, that could have major repercussions for your recruiting season. What we suggest is that you really keep an eye on what's happening this summer. There may be opportunities for summer showcases where you can go and play and have a variety of colleges watch you play. That may be something that would help you get a leg up on getting an opportunity to play for a college. Continue to condition. The biggest problem with college athletes is injury. I can't tell you the number of athletes that I have counseled and they've had major potential, and then all of a sudden they have a torn rotator cuff as a swimmer, or tendonitis, or one of those things, and they can't play anymore, and that's a bummer. So we really encourage students continue to condition, especially now during the pandemic. You have time to do that. Do yoga, work on maintaining your body and keeping it ready to be potentially a college athlete. Another thing you could do, maybe if we can eventually, be close to people again, is coach younger athletes. Colleges really like to see this. We call this PFAs, pay it forward activities. Taking something that you love and then giving it to a younger generation, or a generation that doesn't have access. So for instance, I have a student who plays squash, and so she teaches younger girls to play squash at the middle school. That's terrific. Colleges really like that. I even have one student who last summer did a summer camp on her own and taught the younger schools at the middle school how to play lacrosse. Bonus points. This sort of thing could be terrific for the summer if allowed. We'll just kind of have to see how the germs go, but just to give you some ideas, these are opportunities that could work for you. A lot of this is up in the air, and we know that's frustrating, but we do encourage you certainly to reach out to coaches. That is your responsibility if you're a junior. If you are a junior, we encourage you to reach out to college coaches and talk to them about their recruiting process. Larry, do you have anything else to add about college athletics?
The one thing I was going to say was that students can go ahead and do a skills video, which usually requires just themselves, somebody to hold the camera, and somebody to help possibly throw the lacrosse ball or the baseball. But it's an opportunity to showcase the basic skills and send a video to the coach and
Great.
start a conversation.
Great idea. Yeah, and you can also register with the NCAA. Most of you probably have if you're interested in college athletics, but that's something else you can and should be doing. Okay, let's go ahead and go on to the arts. I was a dancer all the way through college, so the arts have a special place in my heart. Performing arts and visual arts also matter to colleges. They don't just need athletes, they also need artists. The arts bring a special aspect of culture to any college campus. Doesn't matter if it's LSU or Bowdoin or UCLA or Occidental, it doesn't matter. All college campuses want artists and performing artists. So if you're interested in the arts and you are hoping that you can use your artistic skills to get into college, there are some things you can be doing now and in the summer to get ahead and hopefully get into a better college than you would have ordinarily. The first is portfolio development, Most schools, if you're applying, if as an art major or as a performing art major, will have some sort of list on their website of what they expect of you to deliver as an arts major. Check that out. For RISD, if you're applying to the Rhode Island School of Design, they want you to submit a drawing of a bicycle, which most people think is not a big deal, but I have tried to draw a bicycle myself just because I was bored, and it's not easy, and mine is really ugly, by the way. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, do some research and start developing your portfolio. Many students, art teachers or performing art teachers will help you do that. You can Skype with them and start working on that. You can do additional workshops and classes. A lot of those are online now. You can do those too. You could also think about donating your artwork or doing community concerts. You probably have seen on the news or on YouTube the the couple of kids who were sitting across from their elderly neighbor, 6 feet apart, of course, playing their cellos or their violins. That kind of thing is not necessarily an organized activity, but that could be something they could write an essay about. So think about ways that you could use your artistic abilities or your performing arts abilities to improve the community around you, but to also improve your college application. I would also suggest that you get in touch with the departments at the colleges of your choice. So if you love, I don't know, fill in the blank, James Madison, Bowdoin College, Denison, keep going. I would get in touch with their visual arts department, performing arts department, and ask them what they need for those certain applicants and just get their feedback. I think getting in touch with them is not a bad thing. And then they know your name. So write an email, be an adult, go for it. Larry, anything else on that?
So one thing is that the coronavirus, I think, has shown us all how valuable the arts are. Mm-hmm. Think how boring it would be without Netflix or Amazon Prime and all of this to watch, to learn from, the reading that people are doing. So people are valuing the arts more than ever. So this is a great opportunity for you. So one of the things that the colleges are looking for is students who are going to make a difference in the world. So they're looking for you to demonstrate initiative. They want you to identify a problem and issue and take an action. You may not change the world the first time you try, but even just trying is a major advantage. We have had students who have banned single-use plastic bags from their community. We've had students who have developed more beehives throughout their community. We've even had a student who worked with the state legislature to make financial literacy a required course in elementary, middle school, and high school. So that people would—
really big deals, by the way. So don't let that scare you if you're a student.
Right. Just start with something. All right. Try it. Get involved with something you care about.